So, welcome back, eSchool students. I'd like to welcome you back to part 2 of Unit 5, number 1, exercise A. Okay? And look, I want to tell you something, okay? I want you to know you are my favorite student. You are my favorite student. But don't tell the other students, okay? Don't tell the other students that you're my favorite student. And so on the page number 28, word power, you'll see some pictures. You'll see some pictures, some boxes, some lines, and some words. We call that a family tree. I don't know what you call it in Khmer. You might translate it, Nam Chur Kurasa. But maybe if you have a name for this in Khmer, please send it to me. And Pisa Khmer. Okay, but you see, this is our family. The grandparents, parents, brothers, sisters, children. We call that the family tree. The family tree. Okay, so let's look. And so you have to write in your book. This is why you need a book. You have to write in your book. So you see we have George and Ruth. George and Ruth are grandfather and grandmother. So you write in the box, grandmother. Underneath them, we have Dennis and Linda. Dennis and Linda are father and mother. Then you have Gary and Diane. Gary and Diane are uncle and aunt. Okay? And underneath Dennis, we have Sam and Karen. Sam is the husband and his wife, Karen. Then we have James and Lisa, brother and sister-in-law. So Lisa is the sister-in-law. Then we have Tracy. Tracy is a cousin. Tracy is the daughter of Gary and Diane. And then we have the son and daughter of James and Lisa, Nicole and James Jr. Niece and nephew. Niece and nephew. Okay, and so I'm going to say them again. I want you to make sure that you write them in your book. George and Ruth is the grandmother and grandfather and grandmother. Dennis and Linda are father and mother. Gary and Diane are aunt, uncle, and aunt. We use are because there's two of them. It's plural. We're talking about two people. Sam and Karen are the husband and wife. Sam is the husband, Karen is his wife. James and Lisa are brother and sister-in-law. Tracy is his cousin. Remember, two people we use are. One person we use is. Nicole and James Jr., niece and nephew. Now look, James Jr., JR is short, JR period is short for junior. 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 Junior means small. And so look, the father's name is James, and the son is also James. And so the father is James Sr., and the son is James Jr. So we call him James Jr., so we're not confused. Okay, so I'll niệm tam lo crew, okay? And so say hi. Hay som niệm tam lo crew. សូមនិយាយតាមលោកគ្រូហើយសូមនិយាយដូចគ្នាលោកគ្រូបើសំឡេងខ្ញុំឡើងចុះសូមឲ្យសំឡេងរបស់សបាអ្នកឡើងចុះដែរបើខ្ញុំផ្អាកនិយាយដូចគ្នាខ្ញុំ George and Ruth are grandfather and grandmother. Dennis and Linda are father and mother. Gary and Diane are uncle and aunt. Sam and Karen, Sam, we'll say it this way, Sam and Karen are husband and wife. James and Lisa are brother and sister-in-law. Tracy is the cousin. Nicole and James Jr. are niece and nephew. Okay, I want you to write this. So you might want to stop the video. I want you to write it. In your writing book, I want you to write it, take a photograph, and send it to me. And so listen, I want you to write it the way that I say it. Okay, you'll know? Donna? Okay, tầng ai giúp cái đó mùi sẵn lắm hay sẽ xế biết nângประโยชน์ดักขยมนิเย okay sẽ xế thátพญามาขยมปรมินที่อ๋อนักหนัง George and นิเยตามลูกครูให้สมเตรียมsẽ xếตามลูกครูได้ George and Ruth are grandfather and grandmother. Dennis and Linda are father and mother. Gary and Diane are uncle and aunt. Sam and Karen are husband and wife. James and Lisa are brother and sister-in-law. Tracy is the cousin. Nicole and James Jr. are niece and nephew. Okay, so that's an assignment for you. I also want you to write this. Can you see this? You see it clearly? I think that you can. And so I want you, so this is your word power, you're learning new vocabulary, but you're also practicing writing. I want the punctuation, capital letter at the beginning of the sentence, period at the end of the sentence. Okay? I have a grandfather and a grandmother. My father has passed away, so my mother is a widow. I have 5 uncles and many cousins and nieces and nephews. Okay, so I have a grandfather and a grandmother. My father has passed away, so my mother is a widow. I have 5 uncles and many cousins and nieces and nephews. Okay, look, past, we have to hear the D, you can say T. The D sounds like a T. Past. But I have to hear it. Uncles. Man meant uncle. Man meant 5 uncle. 5 uncles. Many cousins. Cousins. And nieces. And nephews. PH makes the F sound. Nephews. Nephews. Okay? So you have 2 writing assignments. 1, you will have to listen to this video again. You must watch the video again to do your homework. And so you will write the family tree in the book, but you write it in sentences, as I said. And you also write this. Take a picture of it. Take a picture of it and send it to me in chat. Looking forward to it. All right, great job. My favorite student. thank you for studying with me again. It's so great to spend time with you and to try to help you improve your English language American style. All right, so